Today, I have some tasty throwback hobby drama. This is one of my favorite stories about Wizards of the Coast. They got a little greed in their eye, they flew a little too close to the sun, and they got burned. And it was really funny. Everyone on the sidelines was laughing, and there was a really weird twist at the end that really was like the little cherry on the shit sundae here, and it just really brings me a smile whenever I think of it. So basically, 5 years ago, there's this set called War of the Spark, and Wizards of the Coast now, they sell lots of Magic cards directly to the consumer. You can go on and they have these things called secret lairs. You buy special edition cards. They have all sorts of crazy artwork. Sometimes they're like Rick and Morty themed and stuff like that. But back in the day, they didn't have any of that stuff. So this was kind of really their first dipping their toes into the water here. What they were going to do is they're going to make 8 special, I think they made 20 special full art planeswalkers. Basically the special type of card, and they made them really collectible, and they knew they would fetch a high price. So instead of going through their normal channels, putting them in packs for anyone to get, and sending them out to their distributor, and sending them to a local game store where people would buy them for $4 a pack, they decided, we made something extra rare, collectible, and expensive. Let's get the money. Give the money straight to us. We're cutting out the middlemen. Probably a savvy business idea, but it was a little half-baked. They didn't really have the setup to make these sales. If you went to Hasbro.com to look at Monopoly, you couldn't just buy a Monopoly game from their website. It would tell you where Toys R Us's were in your state. They weren't set up to handle these types of sales. So what did they do? They decided to partner with eBay. And I don't know if the guy they had set this up was an intern. He didn't really use eBay before, but he completely screwed this up. They really botched it. The morning came, and everyone lined up to get their boxes. Nowadays, Wizards does a lot of this limited edition stuff print to order, and it takes a lot longer to get, but anyone who wants it that day gets it. This time, they had only made 20,000 boxes, and the first 20,000 people were going to get it. Everyone else would be left out in the dust. So everyone's logging in, trying to get this. I think they were $250. You got 24 packs, and 8 of them would have those special cards in it. So it wasn't like you were just getting those 8 cards, but those 8 cards were really doing the heavy lifting here. The day came, everyone logged on, tries to get the order. Orders are going through, orders are not going through, cards are getting declined, payments are going through, payments aren't going through, people are getting weird emails, and it seemed like a lot of people got the product, but maybe 40 minutes in or something, it shut off. Maybe a lot less than that. It shut off and no one else was able to order. Okay, this is the first time. People were pretty mad they couldn't get it, but that's the way it goes, right? Way of the road, bubs. But hours later, people started getting these emails that their credit cards were being refunded, their PayPal was being refunded. They had screwed up the eBay listing so that it just kept accepting orders. I don't know if they thought they could just turn it off when it got close to 20,000 or what. Basically, they sold 30,000 more or double the amount of packs that actually existed. And they were sweating, right? People were pissed. They were mad. They had confirmation. Some people were already trying to resell these on the secondary market, saying, hey, I've got confirmation. Well, it turns out you don't have cards, man. The whole sale got botched. It was pretty funny for those of us who didn't partake, and the people that did purchase cards or attempt to purchase cards, they were pissed. They were calling lawyers. In fact, a class action lawsuit out of Georgia was forming, and Wizards of the Coast probably had 2 thoughts. 1, we don't want to get sued. 2, we saw how much money we can make here. We don't want this to be the big advertisement for direct-to-consumer sales. We need to make this problem go away so that we can do this again the right way. And so what they did is they sent out to all these people that had their cards refunded a letter saying, we want to send you something, we want to make it right. We'll send you a full uncut sheet of Magic cards. I think it was of Planeswalkers from the new set as an apology. And in return, you can't sue us. You're waiving the right to join that class action, and we'll send you these cards. So people were pretty pumped. They signed it, and they waited, and they waited, and they waited. But this is that little twist I wanted to tell you about. When came time to get their package from Wizards of the Coast, people were surprised. They looked in their mailbox. They found a tiny little envelope, a little bubble mailer. There wasn't a giant sheet of magic cards. It was a freaking toothbrush. They got sent an apology toothbrush. I don't know what happened. Something got screwed up at the facility. People kept getting Quip toothbrushes instead of these magic sheets. So then they had to contact Wizards, and they actually sent them the sheets afterwards. But that was a nice little cherry on the sundae there. A little piece de resistance. Instead of just getting your apology sheet that you already felt mad about, you get a little toothbrush too. So good for oral hygiene. A fun little story. Nowadays, Wizards handles online orders, no problem. They do tons of limited edition projects. This was just a fun little tale and a little insight as to where modern day magic collectibles kind of sprung from. It all came out of this little debacle. Well, thanks for listening. If you like this, please subscribe. And if you have any good ideas of current hobby drama, let me know in the comments. Bye-bye.